everyone, and welcome back to In the Grove. I'm Sue Heaton, and so happy to introduce you today once again to our Mayor Johnson. Welcome back. I think you were with us just last month.
Yep, we were talking about something.
There's always so many activities in Elk Grove Village, and summertime's upon us. And just last night, as we're taping anyway, Pomp and Circumstances was playing over at the high school. Another class of graduates on their way. Did you have anyone involved in graduation this year?
Actually, my daughter's brother-in-law graduated. Chris Gonzalez graduated last night.
From your alma mater? Because everyone knows
from
you're from Elk Grove High School.
And actually, my secretary of my business, Julie, her daughter graduated too. So I knew two people graduated, and I'm not sure everyone was there, but it was cold.
Cold with the wind.
Windy.
It was cold.
I mean,
and they were calling out the names.
Yeah, it was something. But no, it's great to see that.
Let me ask you a question, because you said I could ask you anything.
Sure.
I was thinking this myself yesterday, how many years ago it was for me when I graduated high school. And if a person knew then what we know now, what would you change? Let me put you on the spot, Mayor Johnson.
Change if I was back at that time?
Right. And not knowing about your future and you now, you've lived those years, what would be the biggest change, if any, or you'd say it was perfectly the way I would have written it?
Well, nothing's ever perfect, but I wouldn't want to change anything because I like where I'm at today.
Did you have any inkling when you were graduating from Elk Grove High School what role you would play in the community?
No, not because when I first started college, I was thinking about going pre-med. Then I was looking to go.
You were going to be a doctor.
Yeah, I want to be pre-med. I took anatomy, I took physiology, I took all those classes, thinking that. And I think what happened more than anything else, after a semester, almost a year actually, I thought, I'm not going to go to school for 8 more years.
Oh, yeah.
So, did that. But the one thing I never thought I would do is become a mayor. Never thought about that at all. Never thought about being involved in politics, all this. The thing I think that drove me a little bit was I was a history major. And I was a teacher at one time. I taught at Wheeling High School. I taught history and PE.
Look at all we're learning about you today.
And that's why I kept on coaching. I loved coaching. That was always my biggest love. So at Wheeling, I coached wrestling and football. And then I kept on obviously coaching wrestling, though I went in the insurance business. I kept on coaching wrestling all the way up until I was a head coach at the high school for a number of years. So, but no, I never thought. But I did like history. And I found it interesting.
So did I too.
Watching the presidential election, watching all that. So I guess it was deep down inside
with
me.
Government.
It came out. But remember this, Sue. I never wanted to get on the village board. When I was first considering running for office at Elk Grove, I was running for the park board. Because being a coach, being involved in athletics, I thought that's it. I was kind of talked a bit by Mayor Zedek and Trustee Chernick to gear away from the park district, look at the village. And here we are today.
Well, we're glad you made it into being our mayor. And congratulations to all the 2023 graduates of Elk Grove High School.
Yes, it's great to see.
They have a wonderful future ahead. So let's talk about summer activities in Elk Grove Village. Are we going to have traditional concerts like we've had now for how many years?
Oh, God, it's been, 14, 15 years? It's summer concerts.
You've had some awesome groups.
Well,
and groups that I know I certainly appreciate. I was going to bring in, I have a T-shirt at home that says, I may be old, but I've gotten to see all the cool rock groups. And you have brought many of them back.
We have. It's funny because when I'm riding in the car sometimes, I got Sears radio. So I like to listen to 70s music. How many times I'm sitting there going, we had them. The most I had was one time I had 6 songs in a row from bands that we had here in Elk Grove. From Pat Benatar to Foreigner. I mean, it's amazing when that happens. But no, we're back again this year.
Well, who have you lined up for this year?
Well, this year, every year I say we got a great lineup. And this year's no different. We got one little wrinkle I'll talk about in a minute. But obviously our first one's going to be, and we jokingly say, hopefully it's not the third strike because they're out, our third attempt to get KC and the Sunshine Band. Sold over 100 million records. But they were supposed to play first during COVID, had to cancel. Then last year on the 4th, we had the Highland Park unfortunate shooting. And our respect and also safety, security, we canceled. And they were here. They're in the church waiting to go on. They would have gone on if we said it was fine. So Casey and his whole group was here, but we had to always err on the side of caution first. So we opened up with Casey's Sunshine Band. They're actually doing their 50th anniversary tour this year. And so we're excited about that. Of course, we're going to have a fireworks show, second to none.
Well,
You don't
you
have to look
always
toward
do.
iTask anymore. You'll see a
Right,
better
right
show
here
here in
in
Elk
Elk
Grove.
Grove.
And so that'll take place afterwards. The Lions Club is there. They'll have Tasty Catering providing food service if people want it. So it's, again, we help the Lions Club, who has done the fireworks for years before we started doing it, helping them with it. And then you got KC. I mean, it's a great way to finish the holiday. It's almost like a
Sure.
long holiday week because 4th of July is on Tuesday. Many people are off on Monday. So you got Friday, or you got Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. It's a great way to finish up a great weekend. So we open up with that. Then on Tuesday, July 11th, we come to the town center here, and we have the Spinners.
Oh,
And the neat thing about that is the Spinners this year are being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So the Spinners play, going to the Hall of Fame. Pat Benatar played here, winning Hall of Fame a few years later. So we're kind of like the
they got to
catalyst.
pass through Elk Grove to get to the Hall of Fame.
We're kind of showing that to people. So we got the Spinners. I think that's going to be a lively, great concert. I think people are going to have a lot of fun, a lot of enjoyment on that. Then we do something unique. As you know, we started last year where we have one of our concerts the first night of Rotary Fest. So on Thursday night, Rotary Fest opens up. Now the carnival is there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But Rotary Fest takes place now Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So the first night, we're going to have our concert. Last year we had Rick Springfield.
Oh, yes.
They had
That
their
was
best.
awesome.
They had their best Thursday night ever for sales and money coming in for the Rotary Club, which is what we want. So this year, I hear all the time, especially from my kids, who, Dad, can you get a band that's not on oxygen? Can you get a band that actually still moving and stuff? So we're going to do
Do
something
you
different.
slap them across the face? when
Now,
I say
they
that?
don't understand. As they get older, they
Right,
start
right.
to appreciate. But we're going to have all American rejects. My daughter-in-law, Brittany, called me when she heard about it. Couldn't believe it. Mr. Johnson, I can't believe it. You're getting a real band. Thank you, thank you,
really?
thank you. And so we're going to have them play. Now, I'm telling all the young people out there, if you want us to keep getting younger bands like
You
this,
better
show up to show support. Because when we do other concerts, like when we have KC or the Spinners,
I'm telling you, you need more room.
yeah, we get 10, 15,000 people.
Sure.
I mean, when we had the Beach Boys, we had over 20,000
yeah.
people out there. So they show up, they turn out. It's a perfect venue because, you know, the younger people have kids that go to the carnival. They can grab a beer at Rotary Fest. They can still bring their stuff, but they can also pick up at Rotary Fest. They want to get a fresh beer there. So I told them, you turn out. We've got some other ones, you know, Murray and I are talking. Murray Weiner from EMG who sets all this up. We're talking about it in future years.
Okay,
We
so
got other
might
ideas
make
of
it a
bands.
regular as
But
long
if
as
they show up. If they don't show up, we get the bands we have in the past. 'Cause, I mean, Rick Springfield, 74 years old last year, one hell of a crowd. It was a huge crowd, best year ever for him. So that's what I'm saying. So we'll see what happens, but we're excited about it because I'm hearing from people, even right now when we're talking, they got relatives coming in from out of state just to see them.
So you picked a good idea.
Younger
for,
band,
yeah.
let's see if it works.
See how many show. And
After
then-
that, we go back to, that will be on Thursday, July 19th. Oh, wait, 7, 8, 18, 20th. Thursday night, first night Road Fest. Then we go back to Tuesdays again. So the 25th, we're back at the town center, and we have the Oak Ridge Boys.
Well, that's going to draw a little crowd.
That should be a good crowd. There's
Yeah.
a lot of music, a lot of hits, all that. And we finish up actually on August 1st. We're one day out of July, but we're close. On Tuesday, August 1st, I think maybe the biggest show, we're going to finish up with Ann Wilson of Heart.
Of Heart.
So to get Heart music here, Ann Wilson, I mean, that's going to be
That
a
rocks.
huge, huge crowd. So we've got a great lineup. It is actually the biggest concert
think so.
contract we've ever had.
I think they'll be coming from all
Oh yeah,
around.
we're gonna
gonna-
do great. And what's nice this year is the way the calendar fell. We got 5 shows. You know, last
Yeah.
couple of years been only 4 because we try to keep it in
Right.
July.
Yeah.
But for next 2 to 3 years at least, we'll have 5 each summer, and we're excited. And again, Sue, it's so nice. You bring the community
Yeah.
together. They sit and relax. You can bring your own food, own drink if you want to, or if you want to, Rocco Vinos is there. They're happy to serve you anything you want to buy and stuff. So it's still family pricing. Trust me, you get food for half or a third the price
What it would
than you
be.
pay at Wrigley Field, Soldier Field, United Center. So it's great, but again, it's just always a fun night. People are relaxed, they enjoy, and you know, we're very fortunate. Knock on wood.
Knock on wood.
Never had a rain out.
No.
Never in
I
all
remember
the
once
years.
where we had to go in and
Tapped in a tarp.
Right. And
It poured,
right.
and about 6:45, the sun came out, and we're lucky. But we are protected.
Their blankets were wet
Yep.
when they went back
but
out.
they can still
hey.
be out there enjoying it.
Now, if there's somebody that perhaps hasn't been to a concert before and they're saying, I'm coming this year, how early can they come and save a spot? And how
For
do
the
they-
Tuesday night concerts, they can put their chairs up as long as not in the parking lot anytime from that morning on. But there's a cordoned off area in front of the stage because Murray and his guys have to set the stage up, the sound, the lights,
Right.
all that. And every Tuesday at the town center at 3 o'clock, we do what they call the Mayor's Countdown. And people line up along the yellow tapes. And at 3 o'clock, the tapes come down. We have what we call the Mad Dash. People go, they get the first row, second row, third row, whatever. And I'll tell you something, Sue, we've never had a problem.
No.
People understand. And what really puts it good, because they hear it all the time, unfortunately, before each countdown, I tell people, folks, I'm the mayor. You know who I am. You'll see me. You'll see me at the show. You'll see me afterwards. If anyone doesn't like the seat they had or enjoyed the show, you come see me. I'll give you triple your money back on the ticket. And they do that. So they laugh. They realize, yes, this is a free concert to the community. You know, whether they get the first row or the fourth row, it's still unbelievable seats. You're right there on top of it. And it works out good. And I tell people every year, too, this is all paid for.
I was
from our
just going to bring
staffing,
up, you mentioned about the cost.
the staffing, so our police, our firemen, public works, the stage, the lights, the sound, the band itself, all the incidental bands get, like hotels, flights, all that. You know, Murray sets all that up. It's 100% paid for by our license to sell tobacco products. Video gaming, and hotel tax. So
That's
if you don't video game in Elk Grove, if you don't smoke, and you don't stay in Elk Grove Hotel, and I always tell men, be careful how you answer the hotel question. If you don't stay in Hotel Elk Grove, you pay nothing for the show. It's 100% covered by that. I have to live with that budget every year. And, you know, video gaming's picking up. I mean, when we first started video gaming in Elk Grove, we used to bring in about 180,000. This year, our fiscal year, at the end of April, we brought in 625,000. So that's what helps us put on a little better shows.
Sure.
Part of that money goes to road work. Part of that money goes to the trustees event, like Oktoberfest, play party picnic, community events.
It goes back.
And then the biggest portion goes to
pay for
the
the
concert
concerts.
series. And that allows us to get the biggest and best, because Elk Grove only deserves the biggest and best. So yeah, so it's 100% paid that way. So if you don't do any of that stuff, you truly don't pay for it. Now it's open to the community, but it's also open to people that want to come.
Sure.
We have 70,000 people that come to Elk Grove work every day. They work, they're our economy. 85 cents of every dollar we get comes from the business park. So by all means, I want them to come enjoy the show if they want to. If you own a business Elk Grove, you may not live here, but you own a business, come enjoy the show. You want a night out for your employees? Come and enjoy the show. We want people to do that. We were talking earlier. I've had people from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, tell me they came to Elk Grove just to see a show. They stayed at the Comfort Inn Suites. They ate over at Real Time. We want that.
Reinvesting,
Yeah,
right.
and our restaurants get filled.
Sure.
You go to Coach's Corner on the Tuesday night, or Good Tequila, or Buffalo Wild, they're packed.
Sure.
You know, Jersey Mike sells out sandwiches. The Walgreens, the Jewel, bottles of wine, beer, go on. People love, they come, they relax, they enjoy, and it's good for the community.
And you said something similar even with the tree lighting, that one of the regulars that's been coming here for years doesn't live in Elk Grove.
No, St. Charles.
St. Charles.
The family started 26 years ago. This will be the 26th year. They come every year. They make a big thing of chili. They boil it. It's cooking at home. They come to our tree lighting. Then they go home as a family and do it. And how did he start coming? He owned a business in Elk Grove. And so he started coming. And what's funny now, he started bringing his kids when they were little.
They're not so
Now he
little
brings
anymore.
his grandkids.
Yeah.
And same as me.
Will you bring
when
your
I first
grandchildren?
started, Megan was a year and a half old. Now she's 28 years old.
Oh, how quickly.
You know, all my kids,
Yeah.
they never, now they come with 9 grandkids I got. They all come enjoy. So, in other words, it's become a tradition. And even that we expanded.
Well, we continue now with our program. We're going to talk more about summertime fun in Elk Grove Village. And joining us today from the Elk Grove Park District is Deanna Rafidia. Do I pronounce that correct?
That is correct.
Well, we've been chatting a little bit. It's very nice to get to know you, Deanna. And before we begin with what you're here to speak about, we always like a little history on our guest.
Sure.
So we know you're with the Park District.
Yes.
How many years service?
I have been there for 2 years now. I started just after COVID kind of started to dissipate.
Oh.
So this is...
so they were looking to restaff and
yes,
refresh?
Yes.
Really?
So
and
this is
my
my first year kind of with enough knowledge to really get the ball rolling on some new fun, exciting things.
Okay, well, what department are you
So
representing?
I'm in the arts and theater and events department. So I do all of our arts programming, which is our art classes, music lessons, theater productions. And then I also oversee all of our large special events at the district.
So does that mean you bring a little personal history of performing in the arts?
I do.
You do?
I have been, I started in dance when I was 1.5. I've been in dance and theater pretty much my whole life. I started in Chicago, actually. I went to school for dance. I've been teaching dance since I was 15, and then I started off as a stage manager one summer, and that's how I got into the theater world. So
how nice.
I've gotten to produce quite a bit of shows and recitals and music festivals and
That's
things like that.
always fun because there's a saying, if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life.
That's absolutely correct.
Right.
I have a blast every day that I'm at work.
Well, congratulations
Thank you.
on that position. So in this position now with Elk Grove Park District, you want to speak a little bit about Summer Fun, of course, and
Yes.
Art and Culture Festival.
Yes.
What can you tell us about that?
So when I first started, we had 2 separate events. One was called the Celebration of Cultures, and the other one was called Art and Culture, or Art in the Park. We decided this year to kind of put the 2 together because art and culture go hand in hand. So this year we have a big festival that is going to happen on June 11th from noon to 4 p.m. It'll be at the Village Green, and we will have local artists exhibiting their works. We'll have some performances from different dance groups, taekwondo groups.
Oh.
We'll have a special guest appearance from the Scribble Monster, which is seen on WGN. And we have a band that will be joining us in the afternoon, as well as some food trucks so that we can get a little sampling of different types of food
Those
from
food
around the
trucks
world.
are becoming very popular.
They are.
I know the mayor's talking about bringing in food trucks
Yes,
too. So
well,
it's the
art,
latest.
music, and food all has a lot to do with culture, and we have a lot of different cultures within our community, so we really like to
That's
represent
true.
that.
Mhm. A lot of costumes will be present
Yes,
in that.
that's right.
And an
A lot of
opportunity
visual
to-
arts, yes.
Opportunity to see the talents.
That's
of
right.
the- yeah. We love the artists, and we're happy that you're bringing that to us. That's
Yes.
on the 11th.
That is on the
Then we're
11th.
going to move on to outdoor movies. What's that about?
Yeah, so we have a huge jumbo screen that was new last year. It has been the talk of the town. Everybody loves to come out to the pavilion field and spend their evening watching some of the newer movies that have been released. The first one that we're going to be watching on June 23rd is called Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. So it just came out in theaters not too long ago. And you come, you bring your snacks, you bring your lawn chairs, your blankets, you hang out in the field, and you get to enjoy the evening air as you watch a movie.
It reminds me of the old-fashioned drive-in
Yes.
movie
Yes,
idea.
and there's not any of those around anymore. I think
No.
there's one, but it's a little further out. So this
Yeah.
is something that's close to home that you can still enjoy.
So you've got that on the docket. That's your second one. Now
Okay.
moving on, we're going to have, there's another program here. What is this one called? The Skirt program?
The Spotlight Theater
Oh,
Program.
Spotlight. Oh, Spotlight. Okay,
Yes,
let's talk
so
about that one.
I'm involved, obviously, in our theater productions, and as I've come to know the theater program, I've noticed that there is a large need for more diverse programming. We do a lot of really fun community theater performances and children's performances, but there's not a lot of opportunity for older adults to participate in the theater world anymore. So we were actually
They
offering...
still have that burning desire.
They do. You know,
And-
it's I think something that's COVID has taught us is that we should get back to doing things that we love, even if it's not for our day-to-day work, but just to have those hobbies back in our lives again is really important. So,
and connecting with people.
Yes,
You know, not to
people
be
with the same
isolated.
type of hobby as
Right.
well. So we're going to be starting an adults-only program that'll be in the summer when adults typically have a little bit more time free. And this will be a dinner theater. So we will be having the performance
Nice.
in our Garden Terrace Banquet Hall. We will serve dinner as our cast performs a production. So our production is going to be Puffs, which is a spoof off of a Harry Potter movie. It's kind of a comedy, so it's a lot of fun. And it's open to ages 18 and up to participate. And we do have auditions, so you can find out more about that on our website.
Boy, you are a busy lady. Now this one I'm familiar with, play, picnic, and party,
Yes.
correct? Let's talk about that
Yes,
one again.
that
That's
one
always
is
popular.
a tried and true event.
Yeah.
It's been going on far before I was around in Elk Grove, but we are excited about teaming up again with the library and with the village to put on a big party for Elk Grove Village. That'll be taking place on July 16th, and that's also from noon to 4 p.m. We have the library offering a lot of crafts and books and music and different games. The village will also have a magic show and food and canine demonstrations. And the Park District will have a big main stage with musical performances and tons of rides. So it's really a great event for a family fun day.
We have one more to talk. Art and the Park.
Art at the Park is a program that was started to kind of just get the arts back out into our community.
Yes, because it was a time in school they had to kind of cut back on
Yes.
a lot of that.
Yes, and even though that they do have arts in school, a lot of children prefer arts over sports, and so we're trying to give them more opportunity to be able to have that as their sport.
Expression, yeah.
So we have different parks throughout the months of June and July. On Wednesdays, that our art instructors from our programs go out and offer free, fun, creative projects for kids to participate while they're hanging out at the park.
Boy, I mean, the mayor mentioned it earlier,
Yes.
that why would you want to live anywhere else? Because you've got a full schedule of activities
Oh, yeah,
to
and
keep
for
yourself
everyone,
busy.
too,
Yes,
for the
from
whole
the youngest
family.
to the oldest.
That's right.
And I would wonder where you have time, because we were trying, you're also the mother of 4.
I am.
4 little, you know, why not? Why, I know they're watching. Why don't you give a shout out, say their names and say hi to your boys
Hi,
right now.
boys. Hi to Joseph, Jace, Kaden, and Kai.
Yeah, I'm amazed. So you have this full-time job and you're taking care of those 4 children.
Well,
I bet they're involved.
Oh, yeah. That's. I was
Do you
just
get
going
them
to say
involved in
what's
some?
really
you
exciting for
ask
them.
suggestions for them.
Yes,
because
they're at
it's
the
appropriate.
they're at the perfect age
Yeah.
to tell me what they think is cool, exciting, and fun.
Yeah.
And so it's really good for me to tap into
Or
their
they'll be
knowledge.
honest with you and say, "Mom,
Yeah, that's right. So it
you
kind
can't
of
get a better critic."
That's right. It gives me an insight. I know what I would expect
Sure.
as a parent. My kids can tell me what they would find fun and exciting, and they get to enjoy the events with me. So they come out on Friday night with Dad and hang out at the movie while I'm getting the show on the road, and it's really fun and exciting for them too. So Elk Grove is really a great community, not just for the community at large, but for us as staff too.
I think they found the right fit when they selected you for this
Thank
position.
you.
Because you bring a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of creativity, and the love of the arts with
Yes.
you. So thank you for being with
Thank
us.
you.
I'm going to need a very large calendar to fill in all these activities. But again, there's so much to do here in our community.
Yes.
Thank you for being with us.
Thank you for
and
having
it was
me.
very nice to meet you.
You as well.
And we will be back with the rest of our program. And welcome back to the program. We have even more guests to introduce you to today from the Elk Grove Park District to talk about more summer activities for us. And here we have Katherine, and your last name Loftus, and Katie Dunn. Katherine and Katie, welcome to the program. And we need history also. So give us a little personal history, how long you've been working for the Park District. Katherine.
For the Park District in totality, about 13 years.
You mean you've been moving around?
Moving
Do you
around.
think you found the permanent location you like now? Where are you at?
Currently, I am the manager of our rentals department as well as Pirates Cove. So Pirates Cove is my primary facility, but also the carousel, and then I manage all of the rentals and all of our
Oh, you
facilities.
do carousel and all that too. Isn't that a beautiful sight?
Oh my goodness,
You know,
yeah.
when you're driving by at night, you see. I mean, not every community has a beautiful carousel.
No, second
Big
to none.
attraction. I bet it has a lot of bookings
It
for
does.
parties. Because what child wouldn't love to have a birthday party
No.
with their very own carousel there?
Absolutely.
So how fun is that? And then Pirates Cove, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I've said to other people in the past, all the years we've lived in this village, that it always to me is like a mini Disneyland. You know, where else can you go if you really can't make it to the big park? Right here in Elk Grove to have Pirates Cove.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about, you won't mind, Katie. We'll
Please.
just sit back and relax. We're going to talk a little bit about Pirates Cove and what's happening there this summer. There's some special tween event, focus for
Yes.
tweens. What do you want to tell us about that?
Yeah, so last year was our first year offering a tween campout. Every year we've done a family campout at Pirates Cove. It kind of helps us celebrate the closing of the park. The park district, we set up tents. You can also bring in your own tent and camp out overnight. And like you said, Sue, close to home, and you get to experience the rides. We bring in food and refreshments and some sort of entertainment that evening. Last year was the first year
Wow.
that we did it for tweens, and they had a blast.
No
So,
parents?
No
Well,
parents.
that's why they had a blast, you know.
No parents. Just me and Irene, who oversees the youth programming.
Two of you, and how many little ones?
We had about 12 last year, and they all had their own tent. We did s'mores. We did single bingo games, capture the flag around the premises, watched a movie on the big screen in the grass, and it was
I bet you
just
bonded
really beautiful.
with these kids.
We
right?
did,
I mean, you see them in the
yeah.
community now, you remember that time.
Absolutely.
You know,
And
what a
hopefully
nice
they
experience.
remember us too.
Maybe they're coming back.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, we hope so. It'll be the middle of September is when we'll host that event too. So
Okay.
hopefully we'll have some more people to share that
So what
with.
else do you want to share about your work over there at Pirates or at the pavilion at the Carousel Room?
We're having a great time. Pirates Cove is open for its full season, starting in June 3rd all the way through Labor Day weekend, just like Rainbow Falls with Katie. We have special events over the course of the season.
Right. There's a calendar that will list all those events.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can find that online on our website. Usually Wednesday evenings is when we see outside entertainment come. Our team puts on performances on our stage on Tuesdays and Thursday mornings, teaches kids about pirate dances.
Oh,
We
fun.
incorporate our theater program. You just spoke with Deanna. They'll do sneak peeks to their summer performance throughout the summer too. So in addition to just a typical day at Pirates Cove, there's also a long list of things that you can
Can do
see
over
online.
Favorite ride, bumper boats. Yeah.
Ooh, bumper boats. That is a big attraction
Yeah.
where you can actually row your boat.
Yeah.
But
And those little cars, they still have the little cars? Hand
the
crank
little cars we've said goodbye to a few years ago.
Oh.
We do have a safari train ride, a climbing wall, soaring schooner, equivalent to like the
That's
Dumbo ride. We had our Hattendorf preschool. They had a preschool day at Pirates Cove back in the middle of May where all of our staff comes and operates a ride, and we welcomed the preschool families, and they made grand donations in kind to the community food
Sweet.
pantry for that too.
Oh, that's
so
very nice.
we just try and make the magic, like you
Yeah,
said,
happen.
little Disney.
Right, for families. And isn't it nice no longer requiring all the sanitation and the masking and all that, you know, getting back to normal.
Yeah, I think this summer everyone is very lighthearted. Our grounds and parks department has been working tirelessly to make the park look as beautiful as possible. So we're ready. We hope
And
to see
remind us again
everyone.
the hours in general.
Hours in general for Pirates Cove are 7 days a week, 9 a.m. until 2 p.m. And then on weekday evenings, Wednesdays and Fridays, from 4 until 8, We also extend birthday party rentals for a few
Oh,
evenings a week
okay.
too. So more information about that is online. It's a lot to remember, but
I bet you've got a big summer coming
We do.
ahead for you. Well, let's
We
move
do.
over to your friend Katie here. Now, you're here to talk about Rainbow Falls.
Yes.
That is another awesome water park that not every community can boast of. But it's right here in
Absolutely.
Elk Grove. I remember there was the original Rainbow Falls, and then that was torn down. And how many years the current one has been there? Wow.
I am about 6 months into my time at
So
the
you
district,
don't know that
so I don't
question?
even know that
Yeah,
there was
it's-
an old Rainbow
Yeah.
Falls.
Oh, you didn't know that? Yeah. This is the newer version, but it's been there now for years and always packed, right?
Yep, absolutely. We have a capacity of about 1,200, and we regularly reach that on hot
There's
days.
so much to do there, and even I'm over at Pavilion Fitness quite often. A lot of people just really love going for the early morning lazy river walking.
Yeah, I'm so
You
glad
talk
you mentioned
about
that.
great resistance training in the water, and just fun, and it's a different way to get your workout. So is there anything special going on in the lazy river?
We have lots going on in the Lazy River this summer. So like you mentioned, our river walking class is back this summer. That'll be Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, all in the morning from 9:30 to 10:30. We'll be doing our Roxy's Reptile River Regatta. That is July 16th
You
in
came
the
up with that
morning.
name?
I did not. I
I
can't
stayed
take
up all
credit.
night thinking, how can I name them? You don't take credit for that one.
No, can't take credit for that one. But yeah, so that's an event for teens. They build their own cardboard boat, bring it to Rainbow Falls, and we do sort of some time trials where they get to race their cardboard boats around the river. So we also have 2 triathlons coming up this summer. We'll do one at Pavilion Aquatic Center and one at Rainbow Falls. So a little bit of fun there for the adults as well.
A little competition.
Yeah,
Everyone
yeah,
likes that.
absolutely. So those are the big ones in the river this summer. We'll do the River Run 5K, but we'll also have some member appreciation nights for anybody who buys a membership, where we'll have lots of fun and games going on. So yeah, those are the big ones.
A lot of people, even outside of the community, always enjoy going to Rain. Do you have special early morning hours, opening hours for residents, so
Yes,
they can
we
get a lounge chair?
Yeah, yeah. So we open at 11:30 a.m. every single day of the week, but residents and members get to get in half an hour early, so 11 a.m. for our residents and members.
The benefits of being a
Yep.
member here. So the two of you work hand in hand quite often, just
We
to see
do.
how you can keep this community
Supporting
active.
each other and keeping our spaces great for our community.
Yeah.
we really try and intertwine at the Park District, involving each other's departments where we
So you
can.
have big meetings where you put all your thoughts together and see how you can, we have a title here called the Exceptional Community, so you do what you can to keep that,
Absolutely.
that we hang with that. Well, it's a pleasure to meet both of you. Thank you
Thank
for all the
you.
efforts, all the excitement that both of you bring into your work to make this community a really fun place to be this summer. Again, there is no shortage of Mommy, what can I do? I'm so bored.
That's right.
Check the Elk Grove Park District calendar,
Yes,
and I
please.
doubt that there is a free day from now until the time school starts again, really.
Also, if your teen is bored, we're both still hiring teens to work this summer.
that's
so
right.
Send them our way.
In addition to lifeguards, or you have other jobs?
Lifeguards, swim instructors. Are we still hiring ride attendants?
We do have just a few more spots, but we're getting there.
Yeah.
I
But
hope
it's
you
a
get them
great
filled.
place to work.
It
It's a great
is.
first job.
Absolutely, and it helps to round out the individual, give them a sense of independence and pride, and
Yeah.
they have openings. I hope
Between
you
our
fill.
2 facilities alone, we probably employ close to 300
Yeah.
youth in the community over the summer.
And let's be honest, where are you going to find more fun people to work with and for? I think you'd be kind of fun people to be the
Thank you.
supervisor.
We
really.
think
We'll quote you on that.
Well, that being said, I hope you have a very successful summer.
Thank you, Sue.
And maybe come back next year and tell us what other surprises you might have in store for residents, because it looks like the wheels are always turning.
Absolutely.
Well, we come up with Katherine and Katie. Thanks for being with us
Thank
today.
you.
Really
Thank you.
appreciate your time, and have a fun summer out there. And don't forget sunscreen.
Yes.
No, we don't want
Absolutely.
sunburns. And don't forget insect, right?
Yes, that
insect
too.
repellent for the campouts and a little sunscreen over at the water parks.
Yep.
Okay, we'll see both of
Thanks,
you
Sue.
later. Okay,
Yes.
thanks
Thank
again.
you so much.
And we will be right back with the conclusion of our program. Well, I want to thank everyone for being with us today. We certainly had many amazing guests bringing us all this wonderful information of the many upcoming events here to be held in our community this summer. We hope that you and your family will be able to enjoy many of them. And as always, we look forward to being with you next month here on In the Grove. Have a wonderful summer, everyone. Bye.